Morbid Maniacs, it's time for another spooky video. And for tonight's spooky video, I'm gonna be talking all about the Oak Ridge Cemetery. There's multiple Oak Ridge cemeteries, like there's one in West Virginia actually, and then there's another haunted one in Springfield, Illinois, but this one in particular I'm talking about is the one that's in Donahue, Missouri. Located in Donahue, Missouri, the Oak Ridge Cemetery was first established in 1876, and it's said to be one of the most haunted cemeteries in the state of Missouri, having some really chilling legends originate from it. While the cemetery was first established in 1876, the hauntings would not actually take place until the 1940s. It's believed that a mysterious woman in white has been spotted on several occasions walking out of an old crypt towards the back of the cemetery. She will walk out of the door and then among the grave sites. And back in the 1940s, the caretaker of the cemetery was named Mary Lou. It was said that sometime within the year of 1930 that a wealthy local young woman by the name of Alice passed away. Her final request was that she be buried with all of her finest jewelry. And this was not because she didn't want anyone to have it, but rather because she claimed that her jewelry was cursed. When Alice was young, she went inside of a bank auction and purchased every piece of jewelry that they had. However, she was completely unaware that this jewelry was once owned by a witch by the name of Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn was said to have put an unbreakable curse on her former belongings. Now, before I go any further in this, I also just want to say, you guys know how I see witches. I don't see them as all big and bad as they make them out to be in the media. I don't believe them all to be evil or this and that. I myself am a witch. Can you do bad stuff with magic? Of course. Not all of it is bad, and most of it is used for good. Just keep that in mind while watching this video, because I feel like a lot of legends and stuff that's in the media that revolves around witches, it's all seen as bad or evil. It all goes back to the Salem witch trials, which I don't agree with at all. I feel like most of those people were innocent. They did not deserve to be killed in such a way. I feel like the people that killed them were actually the evil ones. The curse would be that the next owner of her belongings would live a long, happy life. However, they would have to watch every single person who they ever loved die while feeling the unbearable pain of their death. Alice claimed that she did not want anyone else to suffer in the way that she had, and so she vowed to be buried with all of her jewelry. Alice had nearly $1 million of fine jewelry buried with her. Mary Lou, the caretaker, heard of Alice's story and was determined to keep her grave safe at all costs. Now, Mary Lou was known to be a bit strange and a lot of a hermit and an introvert, which I'm the same way, girlfriend, it's okay. She would usually keep to herself and not say very much to others. She would also be found mumbling to herself around the cemetery. Though she was considered strange, Mary Lou was very devoted to the cemetery and took her job very seriously. Every night, Mary Lou would make her rounds around the cemetery carrying her lantern. She would do her walks every hour on the hour, making sure that anyone who came to harm Alice's grave stayed away. One night, after her run, Mary Lou would return to the little shack in which she lived on cemetery grounds. Two horrible men would be waiting inside for her. They would brutally beat her with a hammer and, for some unknown reason, tie her body standing upright on the roof of her shack. Many believe that this was done out of spite to force the caretaker to watch them dig up Alice's grave. Mary Lou's body would be found the next day, her little shack looking like a horror film. Blood being everywhere and it being a horrific scene. It's said that ever since that horrible night, Mary Lou still walks the cemetery, sometimes holding a lantern and other times holding a cat. Her spirit is believed to be unrested until all of Alice's jewelry is returned. She was believed to have very little money in her waking life, and many believe that she was buried in a pauper's grave, which is in the very same cemetery that she guarded. And another variation to this story talks about a woman who lived in the area back in the 1920s. One day, the woman's beloved cat would escape from her home and run into the road. Trying to save her beloved furry friend, the woman chased it into the road where they both were unalived by a beer wagon. I can't really blame her though. I mean, my cats are inside cats. They've never been outside except for Rocco. And if they ever did get outside, you best believe on my ass that I would be out there trying to catch them. And this is why some see the woman with a cat. However, the lady in white is not the only spirit to be haunting the Oak Ridge Cemetery. One of the monuments within it also has some creepy lore surrounding it. This monument sits over the grave of a woman by the name of Belle Neil. The statue is said to be one of the most prominent within the cemetery. Beneath it reads, "Lord, she was thine, and not mine own. Thou hast not done me wrong. I thank thee for my precious loan, offered me so long." Legend has it that if you visit the Oak Ridge Cemetery at midnight, on the night of a full moon, that the statue will cry tears of blood. Some have even claimed it to come alive. Many have claimed to see the statue waving at them. It's said that the statue will be awakened for a whole hour. Many believe the lady in white to be none other than the ghost of Belle Neil. Now, it's not actually known as to why her statue cries tears of blood. Binks is really wanting to be in this video, you guys. There's a shout out to Binks. There's nothing on her that would lead her to cry tears of blood, so it's very strange. If you just so happen to continue staying in the cemetery until after the witching hour of 3 a.m., you may even hear the voices of the dead whispering out to you. So there is the story of the Oak Ridge Cemetery. I couldn't find very much on like the actual history of the cemeteries. If you know any of that, feel free to let me know in the comments below. And if you've ever visited this cemetery for yourself and experienced anything paranormal, I would love to know. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a big ol' thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Become a morbid maniac. Also be sure to hit that bell notification. That way you get notified every single time I upload a new video. And be sure to head on over to the second channel, Mel Vlogs, where I will be posting all of my vlogs, all of my other random content, including ASMR. And I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video.